Paris, London, Rio, Shanghai, Moscow, just some of the cities where Alexandre Farto, otherwise known as Vhils, has left his mark, carved into the walls. The Portuguese artist began his career tagging trains and buildings, but then he embarked on a new way of working, which used the layers of old graffiti, posters and paint as his canvas.
I was one more layer on all these layers that were building up on every wall. So I started to think, how could I play with those layers that nobody seems to realize that they are building up, and start to work and carve on them and work with the layers that are underneath of them. It's almost like a contemporary archaeology in a way.
From street to gallery, Alexandre's London exhibition Devoid brings together his most recent work. Some of these portraits are valued at between £6,000 to £12,000. Even in the studio, Vhils is still inspired by the street and uses recycled materials like old doors, metal plates or polystyrene.
I let the billboard that I collect, the metal that we have, the woods, to sometimes dictate what's the final outcome of the piece, and I like that because in a way it creates a really relationship between the city itself and the creation of the artwork. And when you carve an image, a portrait, you never know how it's going to end up.
Vhils' favourite parts of town are deprived neighbourhoods and walls that are being threatened with demolition. He travelled to Rio and met residents of this favela, where communities are being disrupted in the run-up to the World Cup and the Olympic Games.
We took the portraits and we carved them on the same walls that were still standing of the house where they were repossessed. It's just a way of when trying the work to resonate and try to, at the same time, give people a voice.
The final result is a display of images of faces carved in stone, until some of them are torn down, that is. But for Vhils, the demolition is the climax of the work, a dedication to the ephemeral and the changing environment to which he devotes his talent.